Hello. Hello, I'm Ethan, and today I'm going to be doing a video on who Everton should buy this summer. Originally, this was meant to be for which competition, if we got into a European competition, whether that being Conference League, Europa League, or Champions League, but I'm not doing that. I'm just doing who I think we should sign to push on to get maybe Champions League football. Oh, now we're talking. So, this is the squad here that we have at the moment. So that's everyone in the squad according to SofaScore and on the Everton app. So if we look, let me get my places right. So we got the three goalkeepers, the four centre backs, the three right backs. Because Jake O'Brien, he's a centre back, but he's obviously playing right back because Moyes doesn't trust Patterson, or he really likes O'Brien in that right back spot. Someone he really doesn't trust is Adam Asnu, part of the left back contingent. The four centre midfielders, I've put Roll in here because we've mathematically survived relegation, so his transfer fee has been, it's mandatory, we have to buy him at the end of the season, so that's why I've put him in. I've got Harrison Armstrong, Charlie Alcaraz, Dewsbury Hall, McNeil, Diblin, Barry, Beto, and Jai. I don't have Tyreek George because he's not an obligation to buy. I also don't have Jack Grealish because of that same reason. He's not a obligation to buy at the end of his loan. Neither is Tyreek George is an option, so that's why I haven't included them there. Yeah, so that's why I don't have them in this squad like construction, because technically next season they won't be a part of our squad unless we buy them. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Because getting onto that, my first suggestion is Tyreek George. We've seen just from his recent cameos how good this lad could be. Against Brentford, there's that video that Everton posted about 15 different times of him like sitting down like Cook Coyote, and many people have thought he's been one of the best right backs this season in the Premier League. It just shows how good he is. He's willing to get at his man. I was at the Manchester United game and he came on late, and he just added so much to us going forward. He just kept going, like at his defender. It was so good to see, and it's like something we haven't seen since Njai came in. It's like Njai he goes at his fullback, and not many of our other wingers do that. And it's just so refreshing to see, and he's so good at it. He just needs that little bit of end product, and I think he could be top, like a top level Premier League winger. I hope it's at Everton he does it. He's also played striker in the Conference League for Chelsea when they won it. Not in the game they won it, but in various different stages in that campaign where they went on to win it, which is really good to see. He's played in the FA Cup and Carabao Cup for Chelsea. He's a very good player. He has lots of potential, and I'd love to see us sign him. The option we have apparently is very good for Everton, so hopefully that's around 20 mil, 25 mil, and I think he's more than worth that. Current player now, I'd say he's worth 20 mil. There's potential he could be worth 50, 60 mil. So I would definitely pay that money to bring him to the club and develop him. Maybe not, he can play as a winger, and he can play left wing, right wing, and up front. So that is, I think, why we should buy him. Again, talking back to people that are on loan and we should buy, Jack Grealish. I'll check now, but if I type in Jack Grealish, I go in there. Where's his City contract? I could see that. I'll search when does Jack Grealish contract end at City? So it ends next June. So why not? Why not? So I know that. Why not? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying why not? 20 mil, 30 mil. Yes, please. Yes, please. He's won a treble at City. He keeps. I saw some Everton fans saying that they didn't like him, which I thought was very weird. Because he gets the ball, he slows the play down, he keeps possession, and he just keeps us taking from that left side. What he was doing in that first half of the season was amazing. His assist for Dewsbury Hall, his assist for Njai at the start of the season, like, it just shows how good he is and how good he can be. Now, we're not going to, as many people have said, we're not going to see Villa Grealish anymore. We're just not. We can get close to that, which I think is definitely worth 25, 30 mil in the summer. So if we can get him, I think we should go all out for him, especially with a year left on his contract at City. Why not? Like, we can go out there. He obviously loves the club. Like, look at what he's doing. The way he was grabbing the badge when he scored against Bournemouth, like, I can tell that he loves the club already, or at least very ingrained in the club if he doesn't love the club already. So, yeah, I think it's more than worth trying to go at him, get him, and give him 2, 3 year, maybe even 4 year deal. I think it's more than worth doing that. So, my next one is right back cover, because Patterson, he's out of favour. Coleman, I love Seamus Coleman as much as the next guy, but he's not getting any younger. I could easily see him going into maybe a coaching capacity, like Baines he has, maybe going into the under-21s, or maybe even going to the first team coaching staff at the end of the season. So, yeah, we definitely cover Patterson. Yeah, again, he's not in favour. Maybe we sell him, maybe we loan him. There's been a lot of interest, apparently. Like Sevilla, I think it was Sevilla wanted him in the summer when we were trying to get a right back out. Was it Sanchez out of Sevilla? So yeah, if we can get a good transfer fee, 10, 15 mil for him, pardon me, I'd be very happy to do that. Jake O'Brien, yes, he's a good right back. He's a bit tall, in my opinion, to be a right back. His centre of gravity is very high up. So when he's getting down and he needs to get down with a smaller winger, like we saw against Somerville and in that West Ham game, I was on that side when he was there, and like Somerville was just having his way with him at times, and it was bad to see. So yeah, I think we need someone who's maybe just that little bit smaller, because Jacob Bryan's 6'6". That's very tall, especially for a right back. So again, as I've said here, I definitely think he's more of a centre back. If we could get next season, if we could start Jacob Bryan and Tarkowski as our centre back pairing, I think that's the dream for me if Branthwaite is injured. So I'm thinking someone, Stumpeg said on Saturday's social, Marco Palestria. He's at Cagliari at the moment. Let's get his Palestria. There you go. Already got it up. So professional. Yes, he's 6'1", but that's a lot smaller than Jacob Bryan. He's used to playing in that right back slot. Ground duels is his strength. If I compare him to Jacob Bryan, he's very creatively, very much more attacking, which is what we want to see from our fullbacks, as what Moyes wants to see from his fullbacks as well, because he's making Jacob Bryan get very high up on the pitch. He's still not the best defensively, and he's not the best at tackling, I think that is. So yeah, I think that he's more than worth taking that 30 mil. I think, yeah, if we can get maybe that down to maybe 25, 20, that in that 20 to 25 mil range, yeah, I think this is more than good. 21 years old, he can be developed into that being a better defensive right back. I think it's more than doable, in my opinion. Look at his heat map. He gets up and down this quadrant here, which is where he's going to be having possession, where he's going to be tackling. and then here where he's going forwards. So yeah, I think that's very good. Expecting assist 3, assists 4. He's over assisting. He's over expecting his XA, sorry, which is good. Big chances created 7, which I'm going to say is more than Jake O'Brien. Accurate crosses, they're not the best, yes, but that could be down to how Genoa play. Cagliari play. Sorry, is accurate in his own half passes, accurate in his opposition half. So he has played more passes in his own half. But again, if you watch Everton play, that's what Jake O'Brien's doing most of the time. So yeah, I think this is more than good. 1.5 tackles per game. He only gets dribbled past less than 1 time per game. That's very good. So yeah, errors leading to a shot. No errors leading to a goal. Ball recoveries per game 3.2. He's willing to do the dirty stuff to win the football, which is amazing to do. So I think he should be a signing we make this summer. Marco Palestria. Okay, so my next signing is in kind of a similar mould to that, right back, but he can also play in the midfield. I'm going to go Ainsley Maitland-Niles. So he'd be in this kind of position here, because he can play in centre mid, he can also play right back. So right back cover, and he'd be centre mid cover, which is what we need, really, because if Drissagana Gay's injured, if Tim's injured, then we've got no backup for DMs, have we? So if we have Maitland-Niles there, and this is for multiple different situations. So if we don't get Palestra, we can get Maitland-Niles in as right back cover, and so on and so forth. So yeah, I think he's really good. He's gone under the radar at Lyon, which is what I think he needed after leaving the Premier League and the Championship. When he was at West Brom, he didn't have a good run at it. He wanted to join us on loan apparently, when he was at Arsenal, and then he left, and then he wasn't able to do it. So yeah, I think this would be a great signing as backup. He's not going to be starting every game by any means, but he's a good backup, which is what we need, I think, at the moment. Someone who we were linked with today, as I've seen it, and someone who I absolutely love as a footballer. I think he could definitely play for England with him and him and him. Everton could have England's midfield 4 in their team, and that is Hayden Hackney. He is so good. He is, again, I'll say it again, so good. This lad could easily play in the Champions League week in, week out. Well, not week in, week out, because they don't play week in, week out. But he could play in the Champions League at the very top level. He is so good. And the way he carries the ball, the way he passes the ball. He plays in the 6, he plays in the 8. I'm sure he could play in the 10 if you really wanted him to. He is so good. I'm going to get some of his stats up now. Hayden Hackney. He's a bit on the smaller side for a midfielder. I don't think he'll cost us 30 mil, especially if Middlesbrough don't come up. If Middlesbrough don't come up, it's 20 mil. I think 20 mil maximum for him. He's such an all-rounder. He's so good. High pressing, playmaking. He does have a calf injury at the moment. He's meant to be coming back today, so we'll see if he gets a game soon. But look, appearances 38 starts, 87 minutes per game, 3 team of the weeks. He's just an all-rounder. 5 goals, 7 assists. It's exactly what you want from a midfielder. He could play that box-to-box role. He could be that Idrissa Gana Gueye role where he kind of starts the press for us like we saw against Liverpool. He'll just continue running at the ball, running with the ball, which is amazing to see. Let's look at his passing. His passing here. So 8 big chances created, 2.2 key passes per game, I believe this is. And 55 accurate passes, 86% of them like get to their player, that is very very good. So I'm only seeing positives at the moment. So yeah, I think this he could go right to the very top. Yeah, I think Hayden Hackney in that midfield would be perfect for us, especially with Roll. These two very similar, like to go up, like to run. They could play anywhere. They could play 6, 8, or 10. We saw that Merlin Law when he was at Freiburg. He'd get the ball deep and he'd just run for days, which suits his frame. He's 6'4", got very long legs. He's very good. His feet are very good. We saw that in the game at Anfield when he played Liverpool. He got on the ball and he was very good in that game. Like his first proper game where people started to say, "This kid's alright." So yeah, so let me sort this out a bit. There you go. Marco Palestra, Maitland Niles there. So my next one is going to be centre back, left back cover, kind of like Jake O'Brien. He's a centre back really, but can play left back. Jordi Bass from Ajax. He's been trusted to start for Ajax this year, which has been a down year for Ajax this year. They haven't been like dominating every single season. But he's just under 6 foot, left footed, and he's played left back before. I know he has. It doesn't say on here, but I know he can play left back. If we put him in against Mikolenko, he's better than him in every single aspect. Is that? No, he's not. He's just under him in every single aspect, and he's 23. He could play left centre back, could be Branthwaite cover, Branthwaite replacement if Branthwaite leaves or keeps getting these persistent hamstring injuries, which he has been getting recently, which isn't good because he is a top class player. But look at that, just dominates the space in where he's playing. He can play on the halfway line, plays in his box. Look at that left back there, gets forward if he needs to when playing at left back. 4 goals, 1 assist, 91 touches per game, 3 big chances created, defending 1.9 tackles per 90, 1.1 interceptions per 90, ball recoveries per game 4.5, clearances per game 4.2, which is what we might need to do if we are playing Europa League football when we're coming against like Italian teams, German teams that we're not used to playing. So yeah, this is, I think, very good. He could come in and play immediately. I think he'd be better left back than Mikolenko, and I think he'd be a better centre back cover than Michael Keane. Michael Keane's ageing. I like Michael Keane. I think he is a solid, dependable right back, but can he start every game? Is he good enough to start every game? That's my thing. But yeah, Jordi Bass, I don't think we can go wrong with him for like 15 mil as well. Like it'd just be like cheap as chips to get him in. So now I'm gonna go somewhere I have someone who can play everywhere really. Can play in defence, on the wing, maybe even in midfield. We'll have a look. But Sorba Thomas, he's Welsh. I'm Welsh. I like him. He can play right back, he can play right mid, he can play left mid. He's played out in France, he's played in the Championship, so he's experienced, he's 28. This isn't one for the future, this is one for now. This is one for backup for basically every position on the pitch that is out wide. So he could play right back, I'm sure he can play left back as well. So if we need Mikolenko cover in the Europa League, then yeah, if we go out to Bologna in the Europa League, yeah, he can go play left back. He can play left mid. If Njai's injured, he can go play left mid to replace Njai. If we sell McNeil, we'll get him in. He could play right mid, I'm sure. So if we're not trusting Diblin by that time, so yeah, I think it'd be a very smart pickup. He gets at his, if he's playing on the wing, he gets at his fullback. He keeps going, he keeps going. You saw in the game came on against in the World Cup qualifiers. When he came up in the World Cup qualifiers, he just kept going at his man. He just like kept Wales attacking, and he got a goal in the end. So yeah, I think he would be a very smart option. I think he would be maybe right mid cover. I think that'd be better for him being right mid cover. So yeah. As well, Assane Diao from Como. He's been injured for a lot of this season, but whenever he's played, he's been really good. We were interested in him before he went to Como, and he's not playing that much because he's been injured. So if we can take a punt on him, maybe, I think, yeah, I don't think he's been in this international picture because the international manager doesn't like Cesc Fabregas because he was injured while playing for Como, or it's the other way around. He was injured while playing for his international team, and Cesc Fabregas doesn't like the international manager. But he's very good. He's going to get his man. He's only 20. He can only develop. He can only go up. Like, his graph will go that way. That's all it's going to do. So, I think it'd be a very smart pickup. Which isn't very Everton-like, but I think, a lot of I think. So let's get D-I-O-A, all the way around. There you go. Assane Diao. He's 6 foot, so he's not going to be pushed over. Again, it's a lot of injuries this season. Let's go. He can play left wing, right wing. So if I put him in for McNeil, he's played on that right side. So McNeil is more creative, which I don't think is a shock to anyone. But he's matching him in every other aspect, basically. So, yeah, I think this will be an extremely smart pickup if we sell Dwight McNeil, which looks like it probably will happen considering what happened in January. Let's compare him to Ilima. No, I've spotted it wrong. N-D-Y-A. Oh, my spelling is awful. I just spell N. Found him. Iliman Njai. Like, no one's gonna compare to Iliman Njai because he is one of the best wingers in the league, in my opinion. Very biased opinion, but he's still very good. And he's looking very comparative to him in this attribute overview. So yeah, I think he would be a very smart pickup. So yeah, he's not started a lot of games because he's been injured, but he's played 12, 1 goal, 1 assist, which is what is expected of him. He's got a team of the week while being injured for most of the season, which I think shows you're a very good player. Let's go. Successful dribbles. He's around 50% success rate for his dribbles. Wins duels, wins ground duels. He loses possession a lot, but those, I think when you're getting to being a top class winger, you have to lose the ball a lot. It's like when you're developing a player, like they have to lose the ball in order to learn how to keep the ball, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I think this is the signs that he's going to be a very good winger. So I think market value, that isn't really good to go off. So I'm going to say maybe, because he's been injured a lot, 27 mil, probably around that figure. So yeah, if we can get him in, I think it will be very good. Now, these last ones, except for the person I'm about to say, are quite rogue. I think they're very rogue. So I'm going to say my last not rogue one, which is Morten Frendrup. So he is a younger Idris Gay, basically. He's a Danish Idris Gay. He compares extremely similarly to Idris Gay in basically every metric. So his running, his tackles, his passing, hopefully not shooting outside the box. Sorry, Idrissa, it's not your best attribute, is it? But yeah, I think he would be, if Idrissa, I think we will give him a new contract, but he's 36. He'll be 37 when his contract ends next year. So if we can get someone who is basically Idrissa Gay but younger, I think that is just extremely smart business. He won't cost as much either. So yeah, it'll be Martin Frendrup is my Jurassic Onigay replacement. So now my very rogue shouts. Are you ready? Good. Because I've got someone here, Jan Gaboho. I don't know how you say that name. I hope I've not just said something that is, or done something that is racist. Hopefully I haven't. But he's 25. He's not as good as some of the other players I've suggested, but I think like that sort of a Thomas, I think he'd just come in and he'd just be back up. So he can back up in the attacking mid spot, back up in the left wing spot. Could probably play him on the right as well. So that is what I am saying in, pardon me. But yeah. He can start every game if we need him to. 8 goals, 2 assists, 10 GA. But yeah, I think he'll come up and he can be back up. He's not going to cost as much. Yeah, it's going to cost him probably about 7 mil. So yeah, he can just become a back up if we get Europa League or Conference League. He can just come on and play when we need him to. Plug and play. So yeah, that is my shout for another left mid cam. I'm going to put him on the right just for visual aid. Andre plus João Gomez, another midfielder. I don't think they're going to come to us. I think João Gomez will probably go United. Andre will probably go somewhere on the continent. But if we can get them, I think we should get them. Just a market opportunity, because they are both very good midfielders. They don't deserve to be going down with Wolves. They are both incredible. So I think if we can get them, we should get them. But I don't think we will get them. That's just my opinion. So this next one, I think it's rogue because I'll tell you the player is. It's Alfie Devine. He's currently playing in the Championship. He's been very good in the Championship. He's been a breakout star from what I've heard from fans of the Championship. But Spurs look to be going down. So if Spurs go down, I think he will play for them and he will start for them. But I think, again, it's a market opportunity. If we can get him, and he's not playing for Spurs, so if a few games into the season, he's not starting every game for Spurs in the Championship. If they do go down, I think for 15 mil, it'd be silly not to. I think if you look at his stats this season, 8 goals, 4 assists. He's got a goal, 0.2 goals per game. He's taking almost 2 shots per 90, which is very good for goal scorers, because good goal scorers take a lot of shots per 90, but their conversion rate is quite low because they take a lot of shots. Again, he'd be back up for Dewsbury Hall. I think Charlie Alcaraz, very, very like nip and tuck with injury. I think that's the right way of using that. And then Harrison Armstrong should go on loan to like PSV or to maybe Ligue 1, because like Jack Branthwaite did, he came back and he was ready to start in the Premier League. I think that'll be the same for Harrison Armstrong as well. And Harrison Armstrong can play. I think he might be able to play in the 6 if we want to develop him like that. But he's going to play for England anyway, so I just think it'll be better. He's not really. Alfie Devine isn't going to be tasked with defending, so I think we should just look at his passing and his goals. So 4 goals with his right foot, 3 goals with left foot, 1 headed goal. So yeah, he's very good with both feet by the looks of it there, and 40 touches per game, accurate passes, 21 accurate passes, 77%. In his own half, he's almost 90% accurate, 90% of his passes. So 90% of his passes are getting to where they're meant to, which is very good. 72% in his own half. Yeah, I just think this would be a smart business. He's young, he's 21. He will only get better. So yeah, I just think if Spurs go down, we'll have to look at the start of the season if he's playing, and then we will. And then we can go and buy him. But yeah, this is, I think, a very smart addition to this squad. So along the same lines as being a smart addition to the squad, I've got is Melu Ganiu. I think that's how you say his name. He's a centre back, but I think also play right back like Jacob Bryan. if we do lose Michael Keane this summer, which I don't think we will, because I think Everton want to renew his contract, but with Jared Brantford being so patchy with injury as well, I think we can go get him in. He can play on the right. He can play right back as well, multiple positions. For Europa League, Conference League games, when we need more players, I think this is a very smart piece of business to do. He's a young centre back, plays for RC Lens. Again, won't cost us much money. He's quite tall for his position as well. Tackling ground duels, and I'm going to compare him to Tarkowski. I think he can be developed into that. Tarkowski is a very underrated defender. A ball comes into the box, he's getting his head on it. So I think it's only good. He can only learn from him. So yeah, this is what I'm saying. Let me look at his defending stats. 1.2 interceptions per game, 1.5 tackles per game. Dribble pass is less than half once per game. So like not even half of the time. That's very good. He's been there. He went there last year. If you want to get him in and then loan him, we can do that. Maybe send him to the Championship, send him to like Stoke, Blackburn, Preston. I think this will be a very smart piece of business for about 15 million, maybe 10 million. So yeah, I think this will be again a very smart piece of business to do, which isn't very Everton, but hopefully we can get back to that. And for my last one, it is a very highly rated, from what I've heard, Portuguese youngster, Alphonse Moreira. He plays for Lyon at the moment. Let me get the stats up. 3 goals, 7 assists. Plays on the left wing. Again, he's young as well, 21. Won't cost us much. His positioning's good. His playmaking's good. Let's compare him to playing on the left. So let's compare him to NDI again. Again, he's more creative than Jai. Is that possible? Apparently it is. More attacking than Njai. I think he used to be a striker when he was younger, from what I've heard. Njai's obviously more technical. I think it'd be very difficult to get someone more technical than Ella and Njai. But yeah, he's started 14 games. He's very good for a youngster. Maybe not buy him now, but maybe buy him and then loan him back to Lyon, because I think he's gonna be very good. He is. I think if you're a Portuguese youngster, you have a very good chance of being very good. So he's not getting a lot. He's getting 1 shot off per game, which isn't the best for a left winger. It is good, but if he wants to transition to be that centre forward, which I think he can, I don't know if that's the best. Good at creating big chances, gets a lot of touches per game. Again, the big chances, accurate passes, 82%, very good. 89% his own half, which is very good. Successful dribbles, only 33% from his actual dribbles, which isn't very good. But again, he's only 21. It can be developed. Everything on this player can be developed further to be even better, and he's not going to cost us much. So I don't think it'll be a hit or that bad if we do go and spend, because we're not going to be spending 20 mil on him. We're going to be spending 10 mil less on him. So I think it would be good to take that hit for someone who I think has a lot of potential. So they are my suggestions. So I've just made what I think our starting 11 could be with those new players. So Marco Palestra at right back, Yuri Bass at left back, Grealish back on left wing, Martin Ferender up at the DM, and the same as our normal starting 11 other than that. So that's how I think we could line up. Again, it could be a Saint Diao comes in for a Europa League game. Where Sorba Thomas comes on there for Njai for Europa League game. Divine comes in again for Hall for Europa League game. So it's just, I think these are plug and play players for us to get in, just to shore up the squad for us to go next season, to push on to get higher up the league, get Champions League next season if we can, or fight for the title in the Conference League or the Europa League if we get those competitions. So yeah, so that's where I think Everton should sign in the summer. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.